Good afternoon. We are back with another segment in my series that I have been doing this whole entire month, showing up for your business. I am Ebony Rose. I am a social media consultant, and I'm just glad to have you here. If you have stuck with me this long, we have about 3 days left of this series, and I am considering doing it again in March with a different topic, but a different topic and like different subtopics. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. We are going to get right into it for today. If I did not say it already, happy Thursday. Today we are talking about showing up when you're pulled in every direction. Now, I know this all too well. I recently lost my job, but that does not mean that I am not busy. That does not mean that my attention is needed elsewhere. I do have a business and I do have a family. I'm also very active in my local church that I attend. So I am always doing something, right? Life doesn't just pause just because you are building a business. You have to learn how to prioritize things, but it can get overwhelming when you feel like you're being pulled in every single direction, right? So I have family. Some of us may have a job on top of running your business. On top of running your business, and you have other responsibilities and expectations that are competing for your time, right? So we have to learn again how to prioritize, how to balance all of that out, right? Sometimes you may feel stretched too thin, you may feel mentally scattered. I find myself getting very mentally scattered. Even today, like I felt like I was like mentally all over the place, and knowing that I had so much to do, and knowing that I had to record videos, I had to do, other things, I had to get ready, and I had to, make sure I eat breakfast and lunch and make sure you stay hydrated. Like there's all these things that you have that are competing for your time. So it's all a time management game, and it's all what is high top priority. You have to learn how to give everything time and not, spread yourself too thin, right? So why being busy doesn't mean your busyness is being prioritized. If you're always feeling like you're busy, that doesn't necessarily mean that everything is structured, that everything is laid out. You could be busy doing things, but you could be neglecting the important things that actually need to get done, right? Like prioritizing your business because you're doing things for all these other people. You're easily distracted. You can't find time to just sit and give yourself an hour maybe to go through, it's tax season. How many of us have done our taxes for our businesses? Like we need to make time. We need to have those administrative days where we sit and we make time for our business. Some of us have multiple businesses, not just one, like myself. Some people have multiple businesses. So you need to prioritize time, whether it's an hour for one and an hour for the other, but you need to prioritize time to make sure that you're paying attention to your business, right? So being busy and doing all these other things could keep you from actually being prioritized and worrying about the correct things that you need to worry about. Choosing to protect business time, even when everything feels urgent. There could be days where it's like everybody needs you at the same time, right? Like I have had those days where it's like everything is coming at you. The husband needs you, the kids need you, the dog needs you, your mom, your sister, church needs you. Like everybody's calling you and texting you, and it's like a distraction, and you want to be able to just stop everything and help people, but you have to allow yourself to take a pause and not jump so quickly to answer every single notification, every single text, every single call. It doesn't need to be answered. Everything is not a fire. I heard that being said at one of my friends' gatherings, and we were talking about how we feel like sometimes everything is a fire. Like we have to drop everything and take care of whatever it is. Like it could be like, because some people have this fear, like if it's their family member calling them, like something's wrong, automatically something is wrong. If it was that urgent, maybe they'll call again or maybe they'll text again. But everything doesn't have to be so urgent, right? You have to make a decision and you have to be very intentional about choosing to protect your business time, even when everything around you feels urgent, right? Like my daughter, she wants to spend time with me. She's currently in my room right now because she didn't want to leave, and I had to turn around and tell her to be quiet in my recording. Everything doesn't have to be a distraction. This is like real life, right? This is real life. I am, and I've said it before in my previous videos, I am one that does not re-record something. I'm not gonna do it. However it comes out is how it's gonna come out. However it's gonna be received is how it's gonna be received, right? Because I feel like this is a good topic to talk about because a lot of us, especially those that are running their business by themselves, they don't have a team. This is something that we really need to get a hold of this because we could be pulled in so many directions and that can cause us to neglect our business, right? So we have to choose the time. We have to make the time to protect our business. And, like when I do my videos, I put everything on Do Not Disturb. Sometimes I turn off my phones and I tell my family, look, I'm about to record. I need just an hour. So please, do not interrupt. Anybody else outside of that, they're going to have to wait until this portion of my day is complete because this is the time that I am spending to grow my business, to pay attention to my business, to feed my business. So you have to, as entrepreneurs, small business owners, content creators, influencers, you have to protect that time, right? Especially if you're a content creator. Your goal is to grow, your goal is to put yourself out there. So we have to make time for that. Like nobody's going to come and make time for us. We have to do it ourselves, right? So progress comes from consistent priority, not perfect balance. Because you could say you have perfect balance, but you need to have priorities, boundaries, and you need to set your day up in that order. You have to be able to say, okay, when I wake up, I'm going to do this. When I wake up, I'm going to do that. My phone's going to be off for this many hours. This is non-negotiable. We talked about things that are non-negotiable for business owners. You can go back and watch that video. But we have to prioritize our day and prioritize our life and adding our business into that because that is part of our life. That's not something that's on the side. Even if it's a hobby, like that's still part of your life. That is still something that you're choosing to do. That's still something that you're choosing to build and grow. So that has to be part of the priorities that you set up for your day, for your week, for your month, whatever it is, right? Showing up anyway because your business deserves focus, right? You have to be focused on whatever it is that you're doing. Yes, we're talking about business, but this requires everything, right? You have to separate yourself from the distractions and allow yourself to give your focus to one thing at a time. Multitasking can be done, but you're not giving 100% to each task when you do that, right? So you have to show up anyway because your business deserves focus. You need to set a time each week, each month of when you're going to sit and work on your business. And that could be anything. That could be doing paperwork, that could be doing videos, all the marketing, all the follow-up for your emails. It could be, scheduling emails, whatever it is, working on a project, an ebook, whatever it is. You have to show up for your business, show up for yourself because your business deserves it. Okay, if everything is important, then nothing gets the attention that it needs. Everything is not important. You can prioritize what's important and leave the less important things for maybe later that day or later that week because it's not the end of the world. You're going to be fine. And I promise you that you're going to be thanking yourself in the future if you start to prioritize your life this way. And these are the things that I talk about in my 3-month program. I'm getting ready to show you my website. I have not done this in my previous videos, but I figured I would do it in this one because I want you to actually see where I want you to go. So when you go to my website, this is going to be the home page. You can go to the Work With Me tab, and you'll see all these drop downs. You'll see courses, you'll see strategy sessions, you'll see the build up program, which is the program that I have been referring to in all of my videos. You can scroll this page and read about the past people that have been in my program and what clients are saying, and then you can book your consultation with me. You can also book your consultation under that Work With Me tab as well. It says free consult, and we can talk about if this is a good fit for you. Like I said, this program begins March 1st, and I'm looking for 3 people to work with. So go to my website, make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, and make sure you send it to somebody that needs to hear this whole series, not just this one video. But if this video is like something you know needs to be shared to someone, go ahead and share it. But make sure you share the whole series as well, because this series is really good for people that are kind of like starting out with their business and need some motivation, or maybe you kind of like stepped away from your business and you know you need to get back into showing up for your business and yourself. This is a good way to kind of get back into it. So thank you for joining me. I'll see you again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Like and subscribe and leave your comments below. I would love to hear what you have to say. And yeah, that's it. So thank you for tuning in.